to Manchester. First of all, please accept my sincere apologies for this delay to your departure. We're now running an hour and 20 minutes behind schedule.
Hello there, and welcome to London Gatwick Airport. Today taking flights for British Airways on domestic flights 2508 from London Gatwick to Manchester. Now, just flight time total about an hour and 10. In reality, airtime about maybe 41 minutes. It's going to be quite interesting this because at the moment, the time of recording, the airports in the UK are going through a bit of a crisis at the moment. Short staff, post-Covid, the airports can't cope. So, like I said, I thought I'll go to Manchester today. You know what that is. Airports in the UK are a bit of a disaster. I've got to go to Manchester, and therefore going to take the flight one way and then train back the other way. So we're flying to 2508 to London, Gatwick to Manchester. We are pretty much good to go through security at this point anyway, so we'll go do that in a minute. Get out my boarding pass and I guess I'll go see where I go from there. Yeah, let's get the boarding pass, let's get ourselves through security. Well, I've been through security. I must admit, that actually was a lot easier than I thought it would have been. Queue wasn't too bad, went right through, dropped my bag, did the scan, of course I buzzed off in the metal detector, and yeah, worked out quite nicely. Now, I've got a slight concern, and that is my Manchester flights. Because, I mean, Manchester right now is one of the worst affected airports with this whole crisis. And, well, the aircraft I'm on, Tango November Romeo, this is it here. It's based in Manchester and there's an inbound leg in the morning. Scheduled departure at 0700. This aeroplane has not yet departed Manchester. So I don't actually know where this airplane is right now. I'm going to have to figure out where it is on the departure board to find a BA information desk to look at something. But quick look at Twitter. 31st of March, so 2 days ago, the flight was cancelled. Sorry, yeah, 3 days ago the flight was cancelled. 2 days ago the flight was quite heavily delayed. BA 2509, which is the inbound leg. So the outbound leg, 2508. Anything on that? Not particularly. The flights some screenshots apparently, but yeah. Apart from that, we'll have to wait and see. I've got no idea what this flight is right now. I've got no idea what the airplane is. I might try and figure out to know who works at British Airways. See if we can get inside info on that. It's 9:45 departure. It shows game info at 8:49. It's oh, there we go. Delayed to 9:45. So we are now 9:45. It's not really a delay then. No, delayed from 9:45 to 9:45. Okay, apparently you're on time. I've got no idea what the airplane is right now, so let's figure out where it is. My favourite part of any airport game gets to the gates. Hallelujah, it's alive. The aircraft has just appeared on radar, flight 24. BA 2509 inbound from Manchester to Gatwick. Tango November Romeo. This is the aeroplane. It's got to actually get here first. And as it stands, our flight is now delayed by about 59 minutes. So there's no chance I'm going to leave Gatwick before 10:30, maybe 11 at this point. At least at this point, I know the airplane is on its way. That's my big fear. It was going to get cancelled or something, but it looks like we should be alright. Yeah, so shuttle 259 Lima, our flight shuttle 258 Mike. Again, if you're on the game channel, you'll see the premiere for that one. I'd say so far it's not been too bad. Gatwick, honestly, better than I thought it would have been. Manchester Airport, so I'm going to see what that's like when we get to the other side. But again, no one's arguing, no pushing, no shoving. Queues are all orderly, especially at security, that was no problem there. Yeah, so far it's been absolutely pleasant, so we'll see how the rest of it goes. Hopefully, it shouldn't be waiting here too long. The gate information opens at 9:45, so that's the time of the departure schedule, plus of course boarding time, deboarding, aircraft turnaround, that kind of stuff. But as long as we're airborne and on our way to Manchester, I guess relatively soon, it should be alright. So I don't actually have anything to do until about 2:30 o'clock anyway, so plenty of time. Which means that my morning tour of Manchester will just be cut short slightly, go see the two stadiums and a little bit around, well, a little bit around the area as well. we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It's not too fussed about the times today. Cool. Gate 4, off we go. Door is that way. Aircraft's arrived. Deboard it, do the turnaround, and prepare for the departure back to Manchester. Not too busy at the gate. Only about half full today, so not too bad. A couple of minutes, get us boarded. So I got a boarding pass and passport ready for that. Good morning.
How are you?
Not too bad. Thank you very much.
Welcome on board.
Thank you.
A very good morning to you all. My name is Lokesh, and on behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard this British Airways flight to Manchester. To help us depart as soon as possible, please place all larger hand baggage securely into the overhead lockers. Smaller bags tagged with the yellow label must be put underneath the seat in front of you. If you're sitting in a front row seat or an emergency exit row, the floor area must be completely clear for takeoff. Once your hand baggage is safely stowed, please make yourselves comfortable and keep the aisle clear for remaining customers to join us on board. Thank you.
To Manchester, first of all, please accept my sincere apologies for this delay to your departure. We're now running an hour and 20 minutes behind schedule. Unfortunately, earlier in the day for us, we had a fairly significant delay leaving Manchester. We were delayed by over 2 hours, and that was due to air traffic control restrictions here at Gatwick. That was down to some poor weather and staffing levels, I believe. But we're almost ready to go now. We're just waiting for some paperwork to make its way to the aircraft, and once we have that, we'll be on our way. So we should be pushing back, starting our engines in 5 to 10 minutes time. Good news, once we do get underway, it's a very quick flight time up to Manchester of 40 minutes. A little bit of convective weather in the area, so we'll be leaving the seatbelts on for a little bit longer. Once we're above that weather, we'll be switching them off. You'll be free to move around the cabin. If they do come back on for any reason, please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. We do recommend anytime you are seated to have your belt securely fastened and visible to the crew, just in case we encounter any unexpected turbulence. I'll speak to you later on the flight with an update on our progress. I hope you're all making yourselves comfortable, and once again, a very warm welcome aboard.
Well, we've boarded the aircraft. We've been on this thing for about 20 minutes now, coming half an hour. Board is complete, all passengers on board, so we're not waiting for anybody at this time. But rather, our departure slots are now long gone, because we're actually scheduled to land at Manchester around 11 o'clock. And we've, well, yeah, progress, not great.
Yeah. Airline passengers in the UK have been told to expect delays to continue as staff shortages cause chaos.
flights are being cancelled. More than 1,000 were cancelled last week, mostly British Airways and EasyJet flights.
I guess a bit of back history then for you, kind of what's happening in the UK at the moment and why Manchester of all airports is particularly badly affected. So with the end of all the COVID restrictions in the UK, travel has boomed in numbers, and the problem is, while there's more people flying, they haven't got the staff back to actually manage all of that stuff. So all the security staff are short, they're short on airport staff, like cabin crew. Basically, there's too much demand for too little supply of crew. And so, while we've been quite fortunate in London with Heathrow, Gatwick, Stansted, Luton, we've got enough people in the area, I guess, to maintain and manage everything. I guess you hit smaller cities and it gets more areas as well. So Bristol, they've got a very small population. You've got Manchester, quite a small population. And again, it all comes down to skill work as well. Do they have people trained for security? Do they have people trained for all these flight industry stuff? So that's where they've hit the knots on the thread. So at the moment there is lots of training going on right now, trying to get the tourism industry back in action, get more people into security, get more people into actually doing airport jobs. But the problem is they've essentially been left a bit far too late, and they've not predicted when this boom would start. As a result, Manchester, where this flight came from today, is one of the worst freight airports in the country, which is a shame. But it does mean that the inbound flight was now late by about an hour. The departure slot's now long gone, so we have to wait for another departure slot at some point. Gatwick, it's a single runway airport. It's not easy to find. Really, just waiting in now to get ourselves updates to when we're going. Hopefully not too long. It's now what? It's 11 o'clock now, so we should be in Manchester, but we're not. Landing expected around 12 o'clock. I'll be there for 2:30, so it's gonna get a bit tighter now. It's going to be me going around Manchester to look at the stadiums and have a bit of fun and what? No, that's not going to happen anymore. Go straight to the Opera House, go watch play goes wrong, and then go to train back to London. So that's the entire day gone. But at least we're boarded now, at least we're on an aeroplane, at least that progress is slowly and surely being made. We'll see what happens next, I guess. Delays. But we did get the update from the captain there. The issue is due to staff shortages at Manchester and weather. I don't think the weather's particularly bad for the 320neo. Not that I'm an aviation expert or anything, but I don't know, conditions I wouldn't say are particularly off. But no, we got confirmation that yes, staff shortage in Manchester definitely played their parts in our delay today. 2 hours only outbound flight, that's bad. Not want to be on that flights. But hopefully, in the next 10 minutes or so, we'll get the paperwork from the control room, and that'll give us the ability to then push back and leave the airport, hopefully. Scheduled landing time now is it's 12:30 now. We've got 2 hours to get from the airport then to the it's gonna fall apart now, is it? As long as we get to Manchester today, I guess that's the end goal. Get to Manchester, miss half the show, then train back to London straight away. It happens, I guess. I guess feels like the cabin crew have been great, the cabins have been great, they've kept us updated, they've told us exactly what's going on. Again, no issues with British Airways, I've never had a problem with this airline, they've always been really good to me, but yeah, I did have a risk flying out of flying through the UK on one of their biggest crises in 20-30 years. Yeah, and this was going to happen, this was expected. I've done this to myself. I mean, I even got a guy who works at Ryanair who basically said this is the worst disruption in aviation since September 11, 2001. So it gives you an idea of kind of the scale of what the aviation industry is facing right now. Because again, it's a case of COVID restrictions have ended, everyone's going out to travel, but everyone's still on furlough, everyone's still not in work anymore. So it's going to be a big fight to bring aviation back to its standing area, but hey ho, we got time. And finally, after 1 hour and 31 minutes of delay, we finally got our departure clearance. proper slow. Hang on. So we get 3. They're nice though. 3.
Approaching Manchester with seatbelt off. The captain has now switched on the fasten seatbelt signs, as will shortly be landing in Manchester. Please now return to your seat and make sure all your personal belongings are safely put away in the overhead lockers or under the seat in front of you. Customers sitting in a front row seat or an emergency exit row should place all items in the overhead locker, leaving the floor area around your seat completely clear. Please check that your table is folded away, your seat is in a landing position with the armrest down, and your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you're seated by a window and have lowered the blind, please return this to the open position for landing. You may continue to use handheld electronic devices for landing. These must be held securely or placed into a pocket. Larger items, including laptops, must now be switched off and stowed away safely. Please also take a moment to remind yourself of your nearest exit and study the safety guard in your seat area. In the event of an emergency, leave all hand baggage behind. Thank you. Very warm welcome to Manchester. The time is 12:15 in the afternoon. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to do so, please take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. You may now make and receive calls, as well as use all data services on your handheld electronic devices.
And welcome to Manchester. What can I say? Past an hour and a half behind, and about now 25 behind. Certainly, timing not great. And to be fair, based on what I've seen so far, more of that was down to Manchester itself as opposed to Gatwick. Our end was alright, got through security no problem, got to our gate no problem. Passenger, aircraft was half full, very few passengers on board, and yes, ultimately saw us a little bit behind with the flights. But overall, I can't complain. We got here without too much of a problem. I'm going to see a show in seats, and I'm going to see the show goes wrong with the original cast because, of course, as you guys know, I do quite like the mischief. And yeah, overall, I won't make too much complaints about it. It's another 2.5 hours that starts, so next time I should get into the seats and to go from there. But for now, it's a case of get myself out the airport, get to the train station, get my ticket booked, and get myself into Manchester itself. And to be fair, probably should comment on the British Airways crew and pilots as well. I mean, the captain especially kept us updated like every 20 minutes on what was going on. So like, the reason for the delay, why we're delayed, what's the plan and progress, and to be fair, like I say, he did a great job, kept us up to date, and he knew exactly what was going on at every stage of the flight. So yeah, really can't say much about that. British Airways, from their side, absolutely superb. Nothing wrong with that. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, do subscribe if you don't already. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care and have a good one. Bye bye.